I am prone to big crushes. I've fallen crazy in love many times with people that I shouldn't have, and also with people that I should have. And one of my biggest crushes was with a coworker. I was married when we met, and we danced around each other for years, and just it was obvious that it was a mutual attraction. After my marriage ended, it became a serious possibility, and we did quite a few things together. We went camping in Big Sur one time, and stayed in a tent and played cribbage and swam in the Big Sur River, and it was the first time either of us had ever been there. So it was really magical. That's a magical place. I've been many times since. And when we got back, I was just overwhelmed with the emotion of the whole thing. And I started working on this song that I'm going to play for you. Today's love songs. I've got 4 of them prepared for you. And I, the next weekend, I had the song half done, maybe. And I decided that I would get in the car and drive back up to Big Sur again, which is maybe 3 hours from home. So I drove 3 hours back up all the way to where we'd been the weekend before, reminiscing the whole way and singing in the car, turned around and drove all the way back. So 7-hour round trip. And by the time I got home, I'd finished the song. Sometimes I have to do that. I have to throw myself into a situation. Writing songs is not easy. It's difficult, and it takes stick-to-itiveness. And I will sometimes throw myself into a situation where I have to finish the song before I can go home. So here it is. This is I Could Fall in Love with You. It's 100% true. Everything, all the different misgivings and longings are exactly what happened to me. I did not give permission for this thought to cross my mind, for I was married happily, or thought so at the time. I smiled and shook my head and didn't think it anymore. The thought was, there's the girl you came to California for. We must have vowed till death or inconvenience do we part, and now I've got a hole shaped like a woman in my heart. And here it is again, that thought I had so long ago. Was that fate or was it me? This time I need to know. I could fall in love with you so easy and so hard, but I couldn't stand to take the chance I'd ever break your heart. I know there'll be no stopping me if I once let down my guard. I could fall in love with you so easy and so hard. The problem is my heart says you're the perfect love for me. That wouldn't be a problem if my head would just agree. The perfect love forever, I've done that once before. Forever was a dozen years, and perfect 3 or 4. And you deserve a fairy tale, a husband and a home. But castles aren't the only things with walls made out of stone. I've seen your heart get broken several times for one of mine, and I'll be damned if I'm the man who'll be the next in line. I could fall in love with you so easy and so hard, but I couldn't stand to take the chance I'd ever break your heart. I know there'll be no stopping me if I once let down my guard. I could fall in love with you so easy and so hard. It only fuels my indecision that sometimes when we're talking, something happens to your eyes. They grow to fill my field of vision, and I want to crawl inside with you and curl up by the fire. And then I almost blurt out something that I shouldn't say, like, will you marry me? Or something equally insane. Of course I always stop myself, of course I'm glad I do. Maybe someday I'll get drunk and sing this song for you. I could fall in love with you, so easy and so hard, but I couldn't stand to take the chance I'd ever break your heart. I know there'll be no stopping me if I once let down my guard. I could fall in love with you, so easy and so hard. Thank you. Couple stories. One is that I did get drunk and sing that song for her. She came over and brought a potted daisy. It was a gift. We talked for a while, and then I sang her that song. And she squealed and she jumped into my lap, and we held each other for a long time, and we both cried. And now she's happily married and living in Phoenix, Arizona. She's got a couple of kids and found a guy that was just right for her, and I'm really glad. She's written me since and told me how much she loved and appreciated that song. She's the one who decided we weren't right for each other, and she's totally right. Which was the other story. I cornered her one time, and I said, "Why can't we be together?" And she looked at me and she said, "Okay." And she started listing reasons. She must have listed 20 really good reasons why we should not be partners. And she was right about a lot of them, or all of them, I think. And I said to her, "How in the world do you have such a list?" And she said, "Gary, I've thought about it." That was one of the finest compliments I ever got from anybody. It's like, wow, this marvelous person, a crush of all time. She thought about it.
You would have thought that 3 or 4 on a list would have been enough, but
I know, she must have thought about it hard. Yeah. I'd say there were at least a dozen separate reasons why she was just sure that we could not make it. And in retrospect, she was totally right. Well, I look at how her life has gone and how mine has gone since. She was very intelligently seeing into the future. I'm very glad she said no, and I'm grateful to her and have thanked her for it. My next song is called Amber, and it's completely different. It's not a true story. It's a pure fantasy. I wrote it when I was about 20 years old, and I was working in a shoe store. And one of my favorite quotes from J.R.R. Tolkien is he was criticized for spending his literary talents on fantasy. The critic was calling him escapist, saying that the only purpose of this book, these books he'd written, was escape. And his answer was, well, think about it. What sort of person would want to prevent escape? And the answer is a jailer. Somebody who's interested in keeping you prisoner. It was a really cogent thing to say. So I kind of needed to escape from this job. I was working at a shoe store in downtown Seattle, and it was my first job, and I'm really grateful to my friend Perry for getting me the job. It allowed me to make a solid $100 a week, offering matching handbags to people. But the horrible thing about it was that I had to go to work every day. And so I'd stay up and goofing around like a college kid will, and then I'd have to get up at 7 in the morning and go to work riding on the bus going, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever done in my whole life, trying to make it to work on time every morning. And so in between customers, I had a notepad that I kept in the back room, and I would think of a line. My mind would be on the job enough to do it, but every time I had a chance, I'd go in the back room and I'd scribble another verse or another line or another piece of this here song. So this song's called Amber. She met him at the crest of a morning hill. The sky was gold and the air was warm and still. Her mind was drawn by the wonder of his eyes, pools of deepest amber, the color of the skies, and she was lost in the ocean of his eyes, lost in the ocean of his eyes. They stood and watched the fires of day arising in hammered gold above the green horizon, as amber light poured out upon the land and clothed the hill in honey. She reached and took his hand, and she was lost in the ocean of his touch, lost in the ocean of his touch. He spoke with her of things unknown to men, as shadows shortened, then grew long again. He talked with her of real and right and wrong, of cool and amber wisdom, until the light was gone and she was lost in the ocean of his soul, lost in the ocean of his soul. And you don't have to do much talking, 'cause baby, I realize there's a whole conversation in those golden eyes. The mother star hid behind its child. He looked at her through amber eyes and smiled. The fires of day became the fires of night. They crushed the grass together, bathed in amber light, and she was lost in the ocean of his love, lost in the ocean of his love. Thank you.
That's like a true ballad.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's a ballad. I wrote a ballad.
Yeah, it could fit in a performance at a Renaissance fair.
Oh, what a lovely idea. I've got about I could probably sing 3 songs at a Renaissance fair. Yeah, that would definitely be one of them. Thank you. It does feel, I mean, you know, it's in an unknown time and place, you know, and it definitely feels like it could be something, the lyrics too, that would be from Renaissance times. Yeah. Cool, thanks. There is a really good recording of that song out there. Roger, I know you've mentioned it's probably your favorite off of that album, but I made a vinyl LP back in 1985, and there's that song and the other songs on the LP are all on Spotify. So if you ever tune into my Spotify channel, check out Amber. That's actually my favorite cut from that LP. I had some really fine musician friends sitting in on it, and of course, having more musicians involved really makes a difference when they're adding creative things to it. It's a nice cut. I had the great honor of participating in a Bob Dylan tribute concert. Gosh, it was probably 10 years ago, because I think he's about 80 now? And this was in honor of his 70th birthday, this concert. And I learned the following song for that tribute. A bunch of different songwriters did 2 or 3 Dylan songs apiece, and I chose this one. And it's a wonder. The thing I like about this song is that it's this great mix of feelings. There's humor in it, and it's kind of sarcastic, and it's really honest and sincere appreciation of love, and there's eros in it, and it's got all the, it's like all the different kinds of love songs all sort of rolled into one. And so this is Buckets of Rain. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears, got all them buckets coming out of my ears. Buckets of moonbeams in my hand. You got all the love, honey, baby, I can stand. I've been meek and hard like an oak. I've seen pretty people disappear like smoke. Friends will arrive, friends will disappear. If you want me, honey, baby, I'll be here. I like your smile and your fingertips. I like the way that you move your hips. I like the cool way you look at me. Everything about you is bringing me misery. Little red wagon, little red bike. I ain't no monkey, but I know what I like. I like the way you love me, strong and slow. I'm taking you with me, honey, baby, when I go. Life is sad, life is a bust. All you can do is do what you must. You do what you must do, and you do it well. I'll do it for you, honey, baby, can't you tell? Buckets of rain, buckets of tears. Got all them buckets coming out of my ears. Buckets of moonbeams in my hand. You got all the love, honey, baby, I can stand. You got all the love, honey, baby, I can stand. Yay. I don't sing that one at all like Dylan's version, which is important. It's kind of like the Beatles, you know, it's mandatory. You can't, you're never going to sing it like them, so you got to sing it as different as you can.
He's 83, according to the internet.
Oh, wow. So that tribute was 13 years ago. Wow. Amazing. That's stuck in my set list. Played it ever since. 83. Yeah. Go Bob. Anybody seen that movie? The one with Timothy Chalamet in it? Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. Thought it was good. Watched it the next night, watched I Walk the Line, the Joaquin Phoenix movie about Johnny Cash. And the two of them make a really cool double bill. They both have a lot of the same characters in them, and it's fun to see the different actors play the same people. There's some thematic similarities too. So this next song it's called "Breathing Through My Skin," and it's a reunion song, and so that's a whole different kind of love song. They're a little bit rare in my experience, and it's a little hard to write them without them seeming a little bit sentimental. And I won't guarantee that this one isn't sentimental, but it's inspired by. I had a very dear friend. We were friends for years, and then we became lovers, and then we broke up. And then we were friends again, and then we became lovers again. And right about that moment is when I wrote this song. The immediate inspiration for it was when I was subscribing to Smithsonian Magazine. I was thrilled by this is my favorite magazine ever, and I was thrilled when it became possible to subscribe to it instead of having to wait until I went to the doctor office to read it. So I was reading Smithsonian, and there was an article about frogs and how amphibians are the canary in the coal mine for environmental problems. That when the climate changes or there's toxins in the environment, they're very sensitive to it, and changes will start to show up in the frog population before anything else is affected. And that's largely because they're so permeable. They breathe largely through their skins. They have lungs, but they also transpire oxygen through their skins. And I remember reading that and thinking, yeah, I think I know what that feels like. I think I can imagine what that feels like when I'm that open that I'm breathing through my skin. And so this song is about that. It's also about synesthesia, which is when one sense crosses over into another one, and enjoying natural wonders together. And it covers a pretty wide range. Anyway, breathing through my skin. Been so long since I felt this fire. Been so long since I moved to this rhythm, to this slow, sweet rhythm. Been so long since I felt this fire. Been so long since I moved to this rhythm. Lazy lips, flesh like no other, slender hand, the hand of a lover. Take your time, unmend my fences, let your hands melt away my defenses. Take from me my old rusty armor, let it fall gently to the floor. Yes, it's you. Do-do-do-do. Yes, it's me. Not a dream. Not a memory. At last I think I've opened up my senses wide enough to take in the impossible reality of loving you. And then I'm breathing through my skin. I'm breathing through my skin. Now we lie in the presence of forest, air so green, I taste with my body. And now we stand on the cliff top at sunrise, between earth and sky. Take my hand. Wait. I could hang here forever. Let our souls arise. Let's go through this together. There at last, I think I've opened up my senses wide enough to take in the impossible reality of loving you. And then I'm breathing through my skin. I'm breathing through my skin. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm breathing through my skin. Been so long since I felt this fire. Thank you. Hi, Stephen.
Gary,
Thank
which
you.
album is that one on?
It's never been recorded. Not a studio recording. There's a few live recordings of it here and there. But yeah, I sort of, after a certain point, somehow I haven't been able to really put together the people and the time and the resources to record in a real way, a real studio recording of probably my last 25 songs, something along that line. I've got at least two albums of material ready to go, and at some point I'm going to hole up someplace and I'm going to record that stuff. Yeah.
I think I heard it on the Lanai at La'akea in Hawaii.
Oh, I did play it there,
Heard it
yes.
somewhere else too.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Excited for recording.
That. What did you say, Rebecca? What was the last thing?
Excited to hear recordings of it. To
thank
hear
you.
how it comes out in the studio version.
That's great. I will use that as fuel. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I want to hear that one too. I hear it, all the parts in my head. It's a rocker. That one would be an electric guitar song. But right now, it's an acoustic guitar song. For the musicians in the audience, there's one interesting thing about that song and about several others. I mean, I do this as much as I can get away with it. The main chord is not a complete chord. It's only two notes, several instances of each. There's, the root and the fifth of the chord. So it's a power chord. I mean, that's one of the key elements of rock, is chords that don't have a third. So this chord has no third, and I take full advantage of that to sing both the major third and the minor third, and the blue note, which is a little bit flat of the minor third, all are present in that melody. And if you try to play the song with an E major, it will not sound right. Some of the notes in the melody totally clash, and if you try and play it in E minor, it won't sound right. You have to play it with just the root and the fifth of the chord. It's actually in D because I tuned my guitar down, but anyway, it's shaped like an E. So anyway, for the John and Reeps and Eric and the folks and Rebecca, try writing songs around chords that don't have any third in them, so that your melody is no longer confined to major and minor. It like doubles the number of melody notes that are available to you. You can sing the minor going up and the major coming down. The sixth notes can also be different. Sing minor sixth and major sixths over it. It's fun to play with. Opens up a lot of doors. Well, those are the songs I had prepared for today, and I sent out my set list again to many of you, and I am curious if anybody has any requests or other comments or feedback. This is a totally open forum here for audience participation.
And how about Be Love? That's always a great song.
I almost put that in today's set. In fact,
Okay.
I the only reason I didn't is because I thought of it after I sent out my email. Yes, I would love to sing Be Love,
Okay.
Thank you. And it's perfect for the theme because what I wanted to do was sing all different kinds of love songs, and this one is a transpersonal love song, so it's different from any of the others. He didn't look much like a holy man. I hadn't known him very long. Something in his eyes told me he'd seen it all. And so I sang him my sad song. I said, I've been chasing women half my life. The other half, they're chasing me. It always seems to lead to trouble. What can the problem be? He said, you gotta be loved. Be loved. And let the world come to you. Be loved. And let the world come to you. He said, I understand the mission. Find the one you're dreaming of. And in these days, you know you truly can look everywhere for love. But think about it, where does love come from anyway? You know it comes from you and me. What a funny game to look for love when you own the factory. Be loved. Be loved. Be loved. Be loved. And let the world come to you. Be loved. And let the world come to you. That's a quote. You know how somebody will say something, and that's what makes it into the song. It's the quote. The person who said that to me it was a different kind of conversation, but I made up the conversation for the song. But what he said those exact words to me was Peter Rengel. There's probably a handful of people here who know Peter. He's a really wise man, and he doesn't look much like a holy man. He's just a regular-looking guy. He doesn't have long white hair or nothing. But he's brilliant and wise. One of my favorite people on earth. So yeah, I like to give him credit when I can. I sang it to him one time. It was really a pleasure to sing that song for him.
Premature Nostalgia.
You know, what's funny about that is that is exactly the song I was contemplating playing as you said that. So you read my mind. That is pretty wild. It's a good one to finish a show with. I'm going to pay a little extra attention to tuning. I haven't been satisfied here for several songs. I like to go out walking the places we knew. The big old oak tree reminds me of you. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. What did you say? I just got thinking, kinda drifted away. I've got premature nostalgia. I miss you today. Premature nostalgia. I like it right here. Premature nostalgia. I miss you, my dear. I know I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. Why can't I miss you while it's still going on? I've got premature nostalgia. I miss you when you're here. Premature nostalgia. I wish we could stay in this golden sunshine. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to miss you. I understand. I might as well miss you while I'm holding your hand. I've got premature nostalgia. I miss you when you're here. Premature nostalgia. I miss you, my dear.
Gary,
you.
what a great mouth trumpet. It's in perfect tune.
Oh, good. Thank you. I tuned my singing to it. Or I tuned my guitar to it, you know. Yep, we got it.